Arik, Arik, the problem is the earphone port is not stable. So as it's not stable, it went away again. Okay. There's not much I can do, unfortunately. Hello? Hello, can everyone hear me now? I see that 22 people are viewing. Actually 29 now. If someone could tell me if you can hear me, then we can get started. Yes, we can. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you. I'm so happy you can. Guys, I'm like super sorry for all the delays. I'm currently in Chittagong now, and it's actually heavy raining here. So I actually had a lot of internet problems. We don't have Wi-Fi here, neither data. I'm just so sorry. I found an old modem that was lying around the house, and I've connected through that. Anyways, Ritika told me to get started. Hi, everyone. Once again, I am Audri. I am a proud employee of Unilever. I am a management trainee there. I've been working there for a year and 2 months. But my upbringing comes from BUP. I come from BUP BBA Batch 6, and I joined in 2015, actually. I was a part of BUP BCC. I was a vice president back in 2018. And it feels good to be back again. Really proud of the squad here who are organizing this. And I see that some of you actually had an observation with the timing. Someone said that they have to go pray Tarabi. I actually support that. Ramadan Mubarak, actually, to all the Muslims out there. But if you do have a team member who can attend and is not praying, please do ask them to attend. The rest of you, if you have other religious priorities, I completely understand. Please do. I support those priorities as well. My topic is on case cracking, as I said before, and it's a very technical topic. It has to, because I saw the requirements of what you actually want to learn from case cracking, and most of them were actually on outlines. So I'm gonna try not to bore you guys. I'm gonna try to wrap up everything by 40 minutes because I understand it's the first night of Ramadan today. And even if I bore you, I'm gonna rely on my role models, Afnan Bhaiya and Ayman Bhaiya, to cheer you guys up tomorrow with their fun stories because they have a lot of that to tell. Let's begin with my idea of the competition culture. I basically started doing competitions in my final year as actually a coping mechanism. I finished my high school from America, and coming from there, my parents, I actually did all the best things I tried to do in high school, where I did all sorts of extracurricular activities. I was a salutatorian of my class. I took all sorts of advanced placement classes. My city scores were great. And so I really saw myself being in America, and studying there. But when my parents brought me, hello? I hope you guys can hear me. So when my parents brought me back to Bangladesh after my high school graduation, because I was 16 then, and they had to come back to Bangladesh then, it really made me upset that after trying so hard, I still had to come back to Bangladesh. Why? So coming back from New York to Bangladesh, I had very less idea about the university scenario in Bangladesh. And I actually couldn't even apply to most of the universities in Bangladesh because, hey, I have an American high school degree and that's not acceptable here. So BUP was only one of the very few universities that allowed me to sit for an admission, and I got into BUP. And the more time I spent in BUP and in Bangladesh, I realized that I wasn't in America. And that was just so depressing for me. So I realized that I'll do something, which is I'll keep myself so busy during the, excuse me, I'll just check for a minute if I'm still online, because last time by this talk, I was offline. Okay, hopefully you can see me. Okay, great. As I was saying that I was just so upset and depressed about being in Bangladesh and in BUP altogether, coming back from New York. I told myself that I will do something, which is I'll keep myself so busy during the days that I wouldn't have enough time to think to myself that, wow, I'm actually here in Bangladesh. So I started doing all sorts of part-times. I'm just gonna check my messages if I'm doing all right so people can hear me. Great. So I started working part-times after university. I actually did up to 2 part-times at times. Like I would work from 4 to 6 on another, 6 to 9 on another. I would do competitions. I took up all sorts of activities to keep myself preoccupied so I don't have to worry about the fact that I'm actually stuck here. That's how competition started. But I will tell you that over the years, I've realized that competitions were rather a coping mechanism for me, where I felt like that if you work hard, you will be rewarded. Right. So I felt that the more I spend time thinking about competition, the more days I spent working, I'll come up with a very good solution. And sometimes you get feedback on your competition solution, sometimes you get applause. And I really love that concept that I'm working hard and I'm getting recognized for it. I'm getting feedback from it. And that made me thought that maybe I can survive here. So competition in that sense is very, very close to my heart. And I love competitions even more. It's because they open your door to so many other opportunities. And I will show you my favorite memories in competition culture. I actually had them in my PowerPoint, which is right here. I would say my most favorite moments in the competition culture would be when in 2017, Ayman Sadiq Bhai and their team won FLL, which is after you do BizMasters by Unilever, you get to go to London to do Future Leaders League, FLL. So there you actually present the entire Bangladesh in front of the world. And they did, and they won. And my second favorite moment would be Afnan Bhayani's team when they won in my final year of university. Seeing their pictures of dancing made me realize I want to be in their spot. And the third would be Team Knox when they won the year after we won. It made me realize that this is a legacy and I'm part of this legacy. And I felt very proud of it. But I will tell you that being a legacy and being part of a legacy isn't always about, titles or championships. It's more about trying till the end. It doesn't matter if you have to win the title or not. This is something I wrote in my Biz Maestro's interview, actually, that it does not matter that if you win or not, but you should always keep trying. That's what I did. I kept trying and I just hoped for the best. And at the end, the last competition of my university career actually worked out for me. So this was Biz Maestros for me. But in my final year, basically, if I have to tell you about it, in the first 3 years of my university life, I did competitions by different clubs, BUPPCC, IBACC, different competitions by FBS, DU, Spartans Club, and then North-South universities, different clubs. So I did competitions, all sorts of competitions from those clubs. And in my final year, I did 2 competitions by 2 leading organizations. One was Battle of Minds by British American Tobacco, and the other one was Biz Maestros by Unilever. The reason why these 2 competitions I did in my final year are so special to me, it's because both of them landed me jobs in each of the respective companies. I made it to BAT's MT program in Global Graduate Marketing. This is a very happy memory of mine because I got this job actually 6 months before graduating. And the fact that I did not have to worry for the rest of my final year whether I'll get a job or not was a blessing for me. And till this day, I'll always thank BAT for that. Unfortunately, I could not continue my journey with BAT because I shifted over to Unilever to join their management trainee program. But nonetheless, I will forever be grateful to competitions for these memories of getting me jobs. And right now, sitting here, if I have to prioritize for you what you should be doing in your university life, number 1 should be competitions because they open up your doors to so much. Number 2 would be extracurricular activities like heading a club, being in a club, doing part-times, participating in a startup. And last would be CGPA. And this is coming from someone who was always maintained a 3.9 CGPA and my ending CGPA was 3.88. But I can tell you guys now that it actually wasn't of that much of a use. I did not get recruited because of my CGPA. I rather got recruited because of my competition experience. And if I do apply for a master's, yes, they'll look into my CGPA, but they'll also look into the experience I've earned. So my ranking would be number 1, do competitions, then do extracurriculars, and last, do study, maintain a 3.00 CGPA, and that's enough. You don't need to be more than that. But I would say that this is the ending scenario of my university life that you're saying. I did not start off this way, right? I started off very differently. So this is the story of my starting. This is me and my beautiful, talented team, Lazarus, presenting in Brandwidth 2015. As you can guess, it's our final year. It's our first year, actually. It's our first year of university, and we're in Brandwidth, where we competed against very tough teams across Bangladesh, and we made it to the finale. Brandwidth back then was a huge thing because it was organized by A2I, and this presentation is actually in the Prime Minister's office. I really enjoyed working with this team, and us four till this day we say that I think the reason why we even did competitions with each other is because we really liked chilling with each other. Honestly, guys, it started off as a chilling session, and what would happen is that I hope you can hear me now, and I hope there aren't lags. Okay. So this is in this is in our Brandwidth in our first year. We really liked working together because we really enjoyed the time we spent with each other. So we would spend around 80% of the time gossiping and then 20% of the time actually working. And in these 20 minutes, we would have the most awesome brainstorming session where we would come up with such creative ideas. And then what we'd do is that we'd put all of the ideas, into our slides, and there would be so many ideas that it would be hard to link the ideas together. And this is what one of our Brandwidth judges told us. Every idea you gave was like a pearl. It's so precious, but I couldn't find the string that ties up the pearls into a necklace. That is supposed to be the change solution that you're supposed to suggest for Bangladesh. And this was said by Asaduzzaman Noor, who was one of the judges of Brandwidth in the Prime Minister office. And we could have been happy being finalists in a big league competition, but we weren't. This feedback really